Hi guys, so we're now on entry 13 I believe. I just want to thank everyone for all their support. This week's vlog entry consists mainly of us back and forth to the hospital with poor old Kingsley. Trying to get back into a routine now, as you can hear him shouting in the background. He's kind of on the mend. Fingers crossed we've got a plan going forward. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so it's Monday night and Kingsley has had a bad stomach again today. He's been sick a couple of times, really grisly and upset. So there is a major possibility that he's going to be admitted again. Hopefully this time they actually do something for him, depending on how he goes. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he has a good night's sleep and he's feeling a lot better tomorrow. If not, it will be a trip to the hospital. So we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. So, as expected, we are now in the hospital with this little man, waiting to see what the plan is going forward. So, it's now 10:10 in the night, and we've just been admitted onto the ward. Been waiting down in the assessment room since lunchtime. Bit of a nightmare, but hey-ho. He's got his drip up now to try and rehydrate him because he's got such high stoma losses at the moment. As you can see, he's worn out, bless him. Just wait for the ward round now to see what's going on tomorrow. Doing Kingsley's meds in hospital. He's had most of his flucloxacillin, as you can see. I've put one of these paper tissues there because if you or any of your family members take fluclox quite often, you know that it stains and is a nightmare to try and get out. So we are trying to persuade him now with the dummy and his meds. There we are. Look, have this one. Have this one. There's a good boy. Some more. He doesn't mind the fluclox. So this time round, Kingsley was in hospital for about 8 or 9 days. The reason for him being in hospital mainly was because of the stoma losses. They didn't want him to be dehydrated. The first couple of days he was very tired, very weak, very upset in himself. They did stop him from having his bottles and food. He was on diet for about 4 days. So as you can imagine, he wasn't a happy chappy. We struggled a lot this time round because it is now, I think, the 5th time in 4 months he's been admitted. So obviously the practicalities of being in and out of hospital, trying to juggle family life as well, bit of a nightmare. Got to the point now, me, Michael and Cody, we find our own coping strategies, as you'll see now. Michael gets easily amused, let's just put it down to that. But as long as the boys are happy, that's the main thing.
Qualifiers here at the Heath Hospital, reach track, time trial. It's going to determine the position on the podium, on the starting grid. And get off the top corner there, and he's around the next bend. Right. Come up on the U-bend. It's the big hairpin up here. Slowly, this is where they catch up on some speed. One, oh, he's losing control. He's losing control. Oh, he's wrapped up. He's wrapped up.
Boo! So I had my wonderful night's sleep back at the hospital now with this little monkey over here. Waiting to see the doctors to see if we're going to be coming home today, as they're not really doing anything for him. Everything's still exactly the same. Stoma output is massive. He's just drinking diuretic, basically. We can do that at home. So I think we're probably going to be taking him home and taking it from there. If it doesn't improve, then obviously we'll bring him back. So it's now Saturday afternoon, change of plan. We are not being discharged. We are still here, waiting for further tests to be done to try and figure out what's going on, because his stoma losses are still really big. Poor little man. We don't know what's going on, do we, honey?
Arms up.
Kingsley, you jumping? Show me you jumping. Way!
Jump.
Way! Definitely need one of these at home. Get your physio going.
Bouncy, bouncy.
Up and down. It's now Sunday and we have been allowed to come home for the night. So we are all home now, about to get Kingsley in the bath. We've got to go back to the hospital first thing tomorrow to make a plan going forward. Say hi.
Hi.
There he is, cheeky boy. Dad's a bit worse for wear, eating his kebab after the rugby yesterday. So I finished work today and came home to the good news that Kingsley has been discharged. Although they haven't sorted anything at the moment, we are going to be going back in a couple of weeks for everything to be reviewed. I think they're going to try and get things closed, so fingers crossed, see how that goes. He's fast asleep, love him. We've just come out for some tea now, all of us. Say hi, Dad.
Hi.
Say hi, Cody. We were so relieved to get Kingsley home and try and get things back to as normal as possible. But obviously on the other side then we're sort of up in the air because we don't really know what's going on with him. And we don't want him to get ill again and sort of keep going round and round in circles. So we'll just have to wait and see now. You know, there's not a lot we can do. It's out of our hands. Not long got in from work and obviously Cody's off with half term. Gonna get their physio done now and then... Okay, so we've now got the boys' physio out of the way and we're about to do their nerves. You ready, Cody?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, where Kingsley has been in hospital, we've been slacking a little bit with both the boys' physio and nerves. Been trying to juggle it between family members. So we're trying to get back on track now. How are you doing over there, mate?
Good.
As you can see, Kingsley's just dismantled his. He's still getting used to it. Cody's like a professional now with his, knows what he's doing. So I think on our next clinic appointment, we'll be getting Kingsley a mouthpiece because he obviously prefers that than a mask, like his big brother. Cody's finishing off with some light physio, doing some dance moves for us.